submissions that were made at the Select Committee stage, and there is real concern about the level of RUCs that some companies are going to have to face.
Very much, Mr Chair. I'd just like to make a little extra contribution, particularly around clause 81 of the schedule. But before I do that, there's been some almost inaudible interjections from David Bennett about making sure you read the bill and putting up members who haven't been on the Select Committee. Well, David Bennett was on the Select Committee. He's not taking a call. Mike Woodhouse was on the Select Committee. He hasn't made a contribution either. Jackie Blue was on the Select Committee. She hasn't made a contribution either. And I would have thought, given that this part of the bill was one of the more controversial areas where submitters had quite a bit to say on it, it'd be good to hear from the government. It would be good to hear from the government members about why they think these provisions are so good and why they are an improvement. I commend Minister Nathan Guy for taking a couple of calls on the bill so far, but it would be nice if government members are going to chip in so much whilst opposition members are on their feet, maybe they could actually take a call and explain their position themselves. But, Mr Speaker, the principal concern that submitters had around the fact that so many of these provisions and that these regulations can be made under order in council is their ability to plan ahead. If things can be changed, if regulations with regard to ruck vehicle types and the ruck weight bands and ruck licences and the display of a ruck licence and payments and electronic system providers, all of which potentially have significant cost to trucking firms and transport firms, then they want to have some certainty around what those costs are going to be. And their concern was that if these regulations are being made by order in council rather than any changes being made through legislation, then things could change quickly without an awful lot of notice, and that would have ultimately an effect on their bottom line and just makes it difficult to do business. And I would have thought a national-led government would have sought every possible avenue to make it easier to do business, and that's their mantra anyway. That's what they. Actually, Mike. Well, what I'm trying to say is this is the rhetoric. This is the rhetoric that we hear from the national government, but then we see in a piece of legislation like this that the facts don't necessarily back up the rhetoric. And it would be, you'd think that a government that prides itself on being so business friendly would do everything that it can to make it easier to do business and to make it easier to plan. We share, on this side of the House, we share those concerns, and we're not convinced that using the order in council process is the right way to set some of these regulations. I mean, it's taken the regulation, electronic system providers, for instance, regulating the collection, storage, use or disclosure of information relating to road user charges that is held by an electronic system provider in addition to the provisions specified in this Act. Now, this goes back to what I was actually talking about in the last part, about some of the concerns that many of the submitters had about what information would be collected and what that information would actually be used for, and their fear, I suppose, that the goalposts could be shifted rather quickly by the government, and the consultation processes would not be robust enough to give them an opportunity to have their say in any changes that might occur. I mean, the same goes with payment methods. Prescribing the method of payment of road user charges, including different methods of payment for different types or forms of licence. Well, that could have a significant impact on how trucking firms actually do their business, what systems they have to have in place, maybe what IT systems they have to have in place, what payment systems they have to have in place. And again, could be done with significant haste without the full legislative process, and could see them having to change their business operation rather drastically. So We think that the track record isn't good on consultation, and that firms have every right to be concerned about what changes might occur.
Joe Gutchie.
Question be now put.
I'll hear from the Honourable Damien O'Connor.